Hello gardeners, my name is Greg Dreiss. Welcome to Greg's Gardens. Today we're going to talk about synthetic fertilizers. I know, organics, that's coming later. That's a whole separate talk that we can really get into much deeper with its own video. We have today Scott's Rose and Bloom 12-4-8 formula. This is what it looks like. This gets spread on the ground. And another famous favorite maker of fertilizers for gardeners is Schultz. This is called Bloom Plus. The numbers here are 10, 50, 4, 10. They're both synthetic, but they work completely different. The blue powder by Schultz is called water soluble. Like Peter's, like Miracle Grow, like Jack's Classic, you mix it with water, apply it with a sprayer or a watering can. It's designed for fast acting and quicker results. It's used in container plants, gardening, indoors, outdoors, a good general purpose to get plants started as well as blooming. And this goes down at 1 teaspoon per gallon of water. Scott's, on the other hand, is a slow release. And if you see all these little creamsicle colored pellets right there are fertilizer. In the middle of those creamsicle balls, there's a piece of fertilizer that's all the same size. The coating is different thicknesses. So the small coating will feed pretty quickly, the medium size later on, and then the large balls will feed for up to 2 months. Acting the same way that organics do with slow release through a process of moisture and soil temperature. It does not feed the soil the way organics do, but it's designed to act like organics with a synthetic form at a lower price. This bag of Scott's Rose and Bloom right here is designed to cover a 165 square foot area and feed for 2 months, or 1/2 tablespoon per square foot. Water solubles get mixed with water, and they're always added so much per gallon of water. General recommendation for Schultz here is 1 teaspoon per gallon. So what do those 3 numbers mean? Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. For gardeners' sake and my sake, their main responsibility for nitrogen is green growth. The main function of phosphorus, the middle number, is for root growth. And the last number, potassium, is mainly responsible for a lot of plant functions, including strong stems, brighter flowers, and bigger fruits. I started out years ago in gardening. The way I remembered it was shoots, roots, and fruits. You might see it also listed as up, down, and all around. Nitrogen up, roots down, potassium all around, because it's functional in all the plant. Now, all 3 of these are called macronutrients because these numbers are very large. What this 10, 50, 4, 10 means, let's say this were a 100-pound box of fertilizer, there would be 10 pounds of nitrogen, 54 pounds of phosphorus, and 10 pounds of potassium in that box. It's percentage by weight. And those are called macronutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and you can even throw calcium in there because it's somewhere between macronutrients, which you need a lot of, and micronutrients, which you need tiny, tiny amounts of. So the macronutrients, as I said, are used in large quantities, and that's why you see the numbers bigger than the micronutrients, which some of them are like 10,000ths of 1%. Now, even though that's the 3 functions of these macronutrients, the 3 numbers, each one of these numbers is involved to some extent with every function of plant growth, from photosynthesis to cell structure to translocating nutrients down through the roots, and then water and moisture up through. Even though nitrogen is responsible for leafy growth, it is very active in flowering, stem cell strength, and roots, etc., just in varying quantities. Okay? So that's how these fertilizers work, and the 2 different synthetics that we have here today to talk about. So, and then remember, good way to remember it: shoots, roots, and fruits, up, down, all around. And the Scott's here feeds over a period of 2 months. The little tiny balls break down with water and temperature, feeding for an extended period of time. And the water soluble can be applied with a sprayer or a watering can at the rate of 1 teaspoon per gallon of water, or 165 square feet feeding for 2 months here. Now let's talk about those micronutrients for a little bit. On every package of fertilizer, there's what's called the fertilizer analysis. What is in the stuff? The guaranteed analysis. Okay, so as we said, it's 10% nitrogen, and then we get down to boron, which is a micronutrient, okay? The macronutrients are like our vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, the ones we need a lot of. Same idea for plants. They need a lot of it. But you get down to something called boron, 0.02%, 0.02% boron, because that nutrient is either already in the soil or it's needed in very minute amounts. And then there's copper, 0.07%. Copper is a needed nutrient. Iron, 0.325. And then my favorite, molybdenum, is 3 zeros followed by a 5. And I believe that's 0.5/10,000%. Very, very little bit is needed here. And then finally, zinc at 0.07%. So that's why they are called micronutrients. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you have questions, you can ask on my Facebook page. If you don't like all my other posts about going out with friends and my record collection, etc., like that, all my gardening information is on Instagram, and the page is Greg's Gardens, all lowercase. Also on YouTube, Greg's Gardens, where we post videos as well. So if you have any questions or comments, or want to have me talk about anything else about gardening, shoot me a question. And we hope you like what we're doing, and it just gives me something to do, because I'm a retired guy, and when I can't garden, if I don't have a honey-do list, guys like me can get in trouble. So happy gardening, and thanks for watching.